Recording. Good morning. It is Monday morning, 8 a.m. time for restorative yoga. If you do have a block or a bolster today, we will be using that for a couple of the poses. Even just a pillow will be appropriate. So whatever you got, you can use. A lot of really nice holds today. So this is going to be a great sequence. Let's get going. Make sure you start your watch. I see that for myself. Let's see. Here we go. Yoga and begin. So we're going to start on our backs. We're going to do some side bends on our backs. So lay all the way out. And then you're just going to bring the left part of your body to the left. Kind of a half moon on the floor. Stretching the right side of the body. You feel that stretch? Please mute yourself if you're just joining the class. We've just started. We're on our first pose. Take about 10 breaths on each side for this one. Breathe into that side body. Two more breaths on this side. And moving through center, we're going to do our half moon bend on the other side. So bring that left shoulder to the right. Stretching, you're going to feel it through the left side of the body. Half moon on the floor. Ooh, I can even feel it in my hips. Two more breaths. Really nice stretch to wake up. Woo! Let's come up. Grab that block or pillow or bolster. We've got a side stretch on the side, so you're going to put your block, whatever feels good for you, high or low, up under the armpit. Let's do right side first. Woo. You're going to feel that stretch in that side of the body. Just nice and gentle. A few breaths here. Supported. Just let your body loose. Mesh into it. Good morning. Make sure you mute yourself. Thank you, darling. Good morning. If you have a pillow or a bolster, you can use that too if you don't have a block. The longer you hold these restorative poses, the better they work, the deeper you get into the muscles. Let loose the tension in the body. Two more breaths on this side, and we'll move to the other side. And let's move to the other side. You can just flip over if you like. Straighten those legs. Relax under that block. Ooh, here we go. There we go. There we go, got it. There's actually an element of balance in this as well. You're balancing on the hip. Whew, now I can feel it stretching that lower side body, the left side. Whew. Last breath here. Whew. Nice. All right, the next pose we're just flipping to the front, coming all the way down on the stomach. Let's put that block. You can use 2 blocks or side block. Forehead to the block, elbows up on the block. Whew. Stretching out those upper arms. Legs long, toes pointed. Releasing that upper back. You'll feel your muscles start to release the longer you hold the pose. Actually feel this in the abs a little bit too. You can clasp your hands, push straight up. Two more breaths. Coming up slowly. Anytime we do an inversion, we're head down. Make sure you come up slowly so as not to get dizzy. Next position, leg in. One leg in, right leg in, and we're going to do a side bend this direction too. Usually we go straight over the leg. Today we're going to do a little side bend in this position. You can rest your elbow on the bolster. Hello, make sure you mute yourself, please. Thank you.
Morning.
Good morning. Make sure to mute yourself. Thank you. Let's do the other side. Left foot in. Twist. Nice little side bend to the other side. Hang on just a second. Hold that for another 5 breaths. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right. We should be done with that one. Okay, our next pose, we're going to be on our knees, toes together this time. And you can you can actually deepen this position if we want to. So we're going to take our arms forward. We're stretching the forearms. If you like, you can use a bolster behind in your feet to kind of make it a little bit more comfortable so that your hips don't have to come all the way down to your heels. So many ways you can use props in yoga to help with the positions, and it's not cheating, it just helps you get into the position to reap the benefits of the position. So don't feel shy about using any kind of props that you need to anytime. Definitely feel this on the inner forearms. Nice finger stretch. A few more breaths here. Two more breaths. This feels good, actually. I like this one a lot. Whew. Nice. Let's come up out of that, just to a nice seated position. Oh, shake that out. Now we're going to go the opposite direction. Hands in to the side of the chest. We're using our body as the bolster, stretching our hands the opposite direction. We call this pose chicken wing? I don't know. Chicken wing pose. Definitely start to feel it in those forearms. Nice upper body release today. Two more breaths here. And release. Shake that out. Whew. Yeah, good stuff. Puppy pose is next. So we're going to have our legs a little bit apart. It's kind of a combination of down dog and child's pose. So we're going to have our legs up, toes kind of to the side, and lay down into that. So the hips are going to stay high, forehead to the ground. Whew, just feel that it's a slight back bend as we're coming into the ground. Start feeling this through the mid-back. Wherever you feel tension in this pose, breathe into it and let loose there. Two more breaths. Coming up slowly. We're going to stay on our knees and take a small twist, arm looping the arm through, laying that right ear down on the ground. Upper body twist. Two more breaths. Unwinding from that, let's do a couple cat-cows in the center. And then we'll do the other side. Bring that left arm through, left ear to the ground. Two more breaths. Unwind from that, coming back to cat-cow. Let's do a couple of cat-cows. Loosen up the spine. Woo. Now we're gonna do a combination child's pose with reach. So you're gonna get down into child's pose with your legs, toes together, knees apart. Get your hips as close to your heels as you can. And then just leave one arm out. Let's leave the right arm out first, pushing against the ground. And pressing against the ground will push your heels and your sit bones closer together. Grounding through that palm. So a shoulder stretch. Two more breaths here, and we'll switch to the other side. Left arm reaching far, stretch, push against the ground. See if you can get a half an inch closer, a centimeter closer to your heels. And releasing. Woo, nice. All right, our next, we've got another little twist coming up here. So we're going to have the bottom part of your body flat on the ground and do a small twist with the top. So your right shoulder is going to be on the ground with your left knee in the air. Woo. Stretching the shoulder in a little bit different way than we normally do. And take the pose however deep you can, whatever works for you. This feels really good on the shoulders and the shoulder blades, back. Small twist to the lower back. Woo. Two more breaths. Deepen the pose if you can. And release. To release out of this one, just bring your knee down and release the shoulder. Come up and go to the other side. The other knee will be up. The other shoulder will come into the stretch. And you may find that one side is tighter than the other and needs a little bit more attention. Just breathe through that, knowing that both sides of your body are never equal. You're going to have some differences. This shoulder is tighter for me. 2 more breaths here. Also feeling a nice stretching through this part too. Whew, unwinding, so just drop your knee, and pull your shoulder up, and come back over. Getting out of the position sometimes is just as hard as getting into them. Now we are down into our locust for a little bit here. You can take your, not locust, cobra, sorry. You can take your cobra however deep you like. You can stay right here. You can stay right here. You can put your forearms down. Lots of different options for this one. We'll take a full 10 breaths here. This is actually sort of nice back bend. Get a nice curve to the back, warming up that lower spine. Actually also a nice front shoulder exercise as well. Breathing deep into the belly, you feel it in the abs. Whew. And releasing out of that, slowly, slowly, slowly drop back into child's pose, both arms extended. Sit bones as close to the heels as you can get, extend both arms. Remember, you can push on the ground to make yourself get closer to the heels. Or you can just rest the arms. Got 2 options there, depending on your flexibility. Just rest here for a moment and move on to the hip section. Two more breaths. And release. Coming back up, we're going to go straight into our half frog. So the right knee is going to come up towards your shoulder, and your left leg is going to remain completely straight out. Arms, cactus your arms, and left cheek to the ground. And we're getting into that hip area now. This feels good. Woo. 2 more breaths here. Now to move to the other side, we're going to bring our head up, release the right leg straight, bring the left knee up toward the shoulder, bring the right cheek down to the floor and cactus the arms. The right leg should be extended fully straight, point toes pointed. Two more breaths here. Now guess what? We've got the full frog. So full frog, it's a little bit, it's like child's pose, only really wide. So your legs are gonna be really wide. That's the combination of both of the poses that we just did. You may or may not be able to get all the way down, and that's fine. Just straight forehead to the floor. Both of those knees splaying out, feet out. Really wide stance. It's going to open up those hips. Doesn't matter how far down you can get into the pose, just do your best. You'll notice which side responded better in the single side frog pose. You'll probably notice more tension in that side when we're doing the full. Breathe deep. 2 more breaths here. Ooh. And release. Coming up gently. Now let's do the opposite of that. We've got our shoelace. Double knee stack. Stack those knees. Let's do left leg over right first. Make sure your sit bones are equal on the ground. Equal pressure. You can grab those toes and pull forward a little bit. You can grab your knee and lean forward just a little bit. You're going to feel this in your left glute and hamstring, hip area. Leaning forward just a little bit to intensify the stretch if you like, or you can be back here, whatever feels good for you. Two more breaths. And let's get that other side, unwind from that. Stack those knees the opposite direction. Whew. And again, you'll notice one side is a little bit more flexible than the other. So be patient with yourself with these poses. Only take them as deep as you can. Maybe challenge yourself a little bit each time we do them. Every time we do a repeat, push a little bit more. But just know you're getting the benefit of the pose no matter how deep you are actually doing it. Ooh, the longer you hold it, the more you can feel everything releasing. Lean forward just a little bit more for the last 2 breaths if you can. Very nice. Unwinding from that. We have a few more poses. We're running out of time already, so we may skip a couple, but we've got our dragon lunge, which is basically just a low lunge. Knee down, arms to the inside of the bent leg. You're really going to feel this in your straight leg, in the quad area, and in the hip, inner thigh on the foot that is bent. Double duty stretch. We'll just take a few breaths here. It's a little bit more of an intense pose. Now let's move through down dog and do the other side. Woo! First down dog for the day. Can you believe it? Woo! And let's take dragon on the other side. That foot up, hands to the inside, knee down. Stretch. Stretch that quad, inner thigh. Woo! One more breath here. And we're back through our downward dog. Pedal those feet. Try to get the heels as close to the ground as you can, but the more important part is to get the front of the body close to the ground. So your knees can be bent or straight. Just reaching toward the ground. Slight inversion here. Very nice. Release. Come to seated position. Let's butterfly the feet. And lean forward just a smidge. to tighten, feel that stretch in the inner thighs. Whew. We are almost done. Got about 2 minutes left. If you have to go, I totally get it. No worries. We're going a little over today. Whew. And release. Walk yourself back up. Let's lay on the back. Both knees into the chest. Massage that lower back. Roll from side to side. Love this one. Whew. Nice massage to the lower back. We can move into our happy baby pose from here. Grab your toes and rock from side to side, bringing those knees straight down in. Pull on those toes. It's a nice stretch. Whew. And releasing from there. We'll take a slight, just let those knees drop to one side, extend the arms to the other, gaze down over your arm that's extended. Just rest here for a minute. Moving through center, let's drop the knees to the other side and gaze the other direction. Moving back to center. Let's do one more little stretch. Let's bring the right knee in, stretch that right leg out, the left leg out all the way. Whew. And reverse, left knee in, right leg straight. Both legs full out, arms overhead, stretch, and release. Release those arms to the side of the body. And just close your eyes for a second. Bringing your awareness back to your fingers and toes. Do a little wiggle. Ooh, bring those knees up and over. Let's get up into a seated position. Ooh, nice seated position. We are done. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Let me turn the recording off and we can chat for a second if you like. Hang on just a second.